The Tesla Cybertruck is the most overhyped vehicle release in the history of the automobile. And I say that as a person with absolutely zero authority on automotive history, but I do make a lot of YouTube videos about the Cybertruck, and a shockingly large number of people tune in to watch them, so we've clearly hit on a main nerve in the 21st century zeitgeist. This is a product that evokes an emotional response in every person who sees it. The stark, brutalist design confronts you head-on and forces each individual to choose their path. Take the red pill, and this is the greatest truck ever conceived in the history of trucks. This is engineering genius. This will dominate the industry because it is simply better, and no intelligent person could possibly disagree. Take the blue pill, and this is the ugliest, most dangerous, impractical fake truck ever conceived in the history of trucks. This will never actually exist, and the longer we wait, the more entrenched the two sides become. This only pushes the Cybertruck higher and higher on its pedestal, becoming this shining stainless steel monolith that towers above us all. So could the Cybertruck possibly be good enough to satisfy the red team and their unwavering faith? Could it ever fail so bad as to justify the blues? The journey to an answer is ripe with learning experiences. So let's get going. Now, just to clarify, when I say that the Cybertruck is overhyped, I'm not saying that it won't be good. If you look at the channel, we've been diligently following and reporting on every single minute detail about the Cybertruck that's been released, leaked, or even hinted at, and we have yet to see any real cause for concern to date. Everything appears to be going according to plan, or at least according to the most recent version of the plan. Here's where things start to get tricky. The Cybertruck was quote-unquote launched a very long time ago, and it doesn't just feel like a long time ago because of the whole collapse of Western society thing. That actually happened like 3.5 years ago, and a lot has changed since then. And this is yet another fallout from a pretty major problem that Tesla created for themselves in the last decade, unveiling a brand new product and then just not delivering it. This is kind of unprecedented in the tech industry. Imagine if Steve Jobs had come out on stage with the first iPhone and been like, "This is the most amazing telephone ever designed. This will change the world. We'll be releasing it in a couple years." And then 2 years changes to 3 years. Still no iPhone. And then we're in year 4, and meanwhile, all of the other Samsung and Sony phones have come out, and they're pretty good, but we're still waiting for this amazing iPhone that's going to be even better than everything. And we love Apple, but just release the damn phone. That's kind of where I'm at with the Cybertruck, and I know that a growing cohort of viewers are as well. Just release the damn truck already. There's only so much anticipation we can handle around here, and this is why I believe that we have reached a point in the technology lifecycle known as the peak of inflated expectations. This is taken from something called the Gartner hype cycle, and it basically maps out the journey that every new product will take on its journey from inception to mainstream adoption. I like stuff like this because it reminds us that as human beings with our unrivaled intelligence and creativity, we are entirely predictable animals. Humans will study our own history, will make it a mandatory class in school, and yet we are doomed to repeat the same course of action over and over and over again. It's deeply fascinating. Anyway, the first phase in this hype cycle is called the innovation trigger. This is when the Cybertruck first rolled out on the stage in November 2019, and there was fire shooting up from the floor and techno music blasting, and Elon Musk hopped out wearing his badass leather jacket. It was insane. Following that trigger, there will be a massive vertical increase in the hype surrounding the new product. People love it, people hate it, everyone is talking about it, and this rise continues on until we reach the peak of inflated expectations. The longer the time between those 2 points, the higher the peak will rise until there is a catalyst to push the product over the edge to the other side. Typically, the peak comes with the release of the product, when the rubber meets the road. But a product can also go past its peak without even being released at all. You can't just sustain infinite hype without delivering a payoff. At some point, even the most dedicated followers will just lose interest and move on to something else. Elon Musk has worked diligently over the years to maintain the rise in hype around the Cybertruck. You've got to give the guy credit for that. He's been dropping hints about all kinds of new features Tesla has developed that weren't included in the original release, and telling everyone that it will be the greatest product Tesla has ever made. He's always very sure to remind us that production is coming soon. This year, guys. We said that last year, but for real, this year. We're closer to the future now than we were in the past. That is undeniable. So make no mistake, the peak is coming soon. Either they release the damn truck or people will just lose interest no matter what side of the fence they are on, which would be pretty bad for business here at the Tesla space. So we're hoping for a successful product launch. But either way this goes, beyond the peak of inflated expectations lies the trough of disillusionment. I think the name speaks for itself. But is every product really doomed to plummet into a trough and lose favor? Can't the Cybertruck just deliver on every expectation and be all things to all people? Probably not. And here are a few reasons why. Thing number one, price. The price list and option packages for the Cybertruck on launch day were pretty damn sweet. Get a single motor base model for $50,000. It seemed too good to be true at the time, and it was. That thing ain't coming. But even if you put your $100 down for the top tier options package, does anyone still think they are actually getting that for $69,000? Search deep inside your heart. You know the answer. Now, sure, some people will be happy to shell out the extra cash that it's going to take to get into the premiere release of the Cybertruck with 3 motors or 4 motors or whatever Tesla can throw at it. For some, money is no object and they get what they want. For the rest of us, there might be a touch of disillusionment when we are hit by the reality of buying a high-end electric pickup truck in today's economy. The numbers that we saw when we put that deposit down are not going to be the numbers on the screen when it comes time to deal the deal. And we already saw this play out with Rivian when they tried to increase the price of the R1T prior to first deliveries going out. The customer disillusionment hit the company like a ton of bricks and even forced them to reverse course in a very public humiliation. Thing number 2 is availability. Sure, Cybertruck is going into its first production this year. I do believe that, and maybe a few VIP customers get their deliveries in 2023. But what is the timeframe looking like for getting trucks into driveways and clearing that massive backlog of pre-orders? We all know about the infamous 1 million plus Cybertruck pre-orders, though it's unlikely that these are going to convert into 1 million purchases. I'd say near impossible, really. At just a $100 refundable pre-order, that would have pulled a lot of impulse buys from people who just wanted to feel a little endorphin rush. Those people have already taken their money back. Another segment of customers would have just moved on and bought a different truck. There have been some electric pickups released in the past year. Rivian delivered 20,000 R1 vehicles in 2022. Ford managed around 13,000 Lightning pickups in the year. Less than 1,000 Hummer EVs actually made it into customer driveways in 2022. So even if every single electric truck purchaser in 2022 was already on the Cybertruck list, that wouldn't put much of a dent in the order queue. I've never taken a statistics class, but statistically, a bunch of people would have already died waiting for their Cybertrucks to arrive, so that takes a few more names off the list. But even in the worst case scenario, Tesla is going to be struggling to get production up to a level that meets the demand and eventually get them to a point where new customers can actually come in and place an order with a clearly defined and reasonable delivery date. That just means more waiting, more frustration, and ultimately more disillusionment. We expect instant gratification in the modern world, and that's something that ordering a Cybertruck will not provide anytime soon. Now, I'm going to call thing number 3 the Elon Musk effect. Here's the thing. The Cybertruck looks different, and people don't like things that are different. Being an individual draws attention for better or worse. This is why the Toyota Corolla is so popular. No one will even notice that you exist when you drive this car. But not only is the Cybertruck a weird-looking vehicle, it's a weird-looking vehicle that is inextricably linked to Elon Musk. And Elon Musk is somewhat of a controversial figure these days, you may have heard. So people are naturally going to project whatever feelings they have about Elon directly onto the individual behind the wheel of Elon's product. I'd be prepared to receive a lot of unsolicited opinions from strangers.
God damn it, I don't know what it is about your face, but I want to deliver one of these right in your suck hole.
Is there anything I can do to work on that?
No, not really. It's your face.
And all that just feeds into the general negativity that defines the phase of disillusionment. But if the product is good, then it will rise up from the trough. A good product doesn't actually need to meet or exceed every expectation. It doesn't have to be the best new thing in the world. It doesn't have to be all things to all people. The Cybertruck will be a good product. It will be the most truck-like consumer pickup truck of the 21st century, that's for sure. I mean, if we were to try and define the fundamentals of what makes a truck, big, rugged, powerful, durable, working machine, cargo hauler, able to go anywhere, drive over anything, farming, hunting, fishing, camping, ripping tree stumps out of the ground, Cybertruck is going to ace that exam. And with that, we will climb the slope of enlightenment, which is the period in the hype cycle where the benefits of the technology become widely understood. Imagine 1 year from now. Cybertruck owners are flooding TikTok and YouTube with videos of all the cool stuff that they are doing with their Tesla. Millions of people will watch, and a bunch of them will want to buy their own Cybertruck. People from the other side of the argument will never even see the video because the algorithm already knows that they don't like trucks anyway, and they'll find something else to be upset about. And then we finally arrive on the plateau of productivity, which is mainstream adoption. The product becomes more clearly defined, the pricing and specifications solidify, the pros and cons of ownership are out there in the form of real-world reviews. People move past hype and make their purchases based on satisfying their personal needs and wants. We leave all of this madness behind us. Won't that be nice? But until then, stay tuned to the Tesla Space for every excruciatingly minute piece of Cybertruck news, rumors, and updates. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up today if you liked it. That is so important for getting our content out to more people. If you enjoy the content, then you'd probably also enjoy our weekly newsletter, so sign up with the link down below at theteslaspace.com. A huge thank you to all of our Patreon supporters who are listed on the screen now. You help us make the best content we can, and we really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.